Hello. Yes, I'm having a cup of coffee in this winter. And do you know that? You can create a beautiful artwork using coffee. Let's know more about this technique.
Yes, to create this beautiful art, only require coffee, water, brushes. And if you want to add more texture to it, you can have salt, tissue paper, plastic wrap. Okay, so first we will understand the value. Value means tone, light, medium, and dark. Okay, so dip, take chip little bit of coffee in three parts, lit and create tone using it. Make sure that the water is clean, brush is clean, and here I am using more water to create light tone. This is a lightest tone. Then this is medium tone. Make sure that the particles are diluted properly. If it is not, you can dilute it while applying it. And last one with more coffee and less water. Make sure that you will not roll the brush too much in the coffee, otherwise it will give that foam effect. Darkest tone you can see here in the palette. Okay. Got it? The particles you need to dilute it while applying brush. Now, to understand more about technique, see different textures. Apply one tone and put salt on it. After drying, it will give nice effect. Dot dot, because that salt will absorb some part of the coffee. The second technique is wet on wet. Apply some particles on that wet area. It will give beautiful texture which you can use it to create dark grainy effect. And the third one is plastic wrap, crumple it and put it, so for creating water effect. Can you see this? And last one is you can use this coffee as a watercolor, wet on wet technique, dry brush technique. Okay, so experiment like this. You can use tissue paper to create texture on it. So these technique you can use it in coffee painting. Now let's start the big scenery using coffee painting. Hello friends, we are going to start a beautiful Van Gogh painting. You must have noticed, but we are going to do it with coffee painting technique. For that, it is required coffee, water. For texture, if you want to use salt, you can. And I already prepared 3 tones from the coffee. As I explained it earlier, light tone, more water, less coffee. Medium tone, equal proportion. And dark tone, more coffee, less water. So we'll start with the iconic Van Gogh painting. I will start with dark tone. The center position plant. On that, if you observe, there is a texture, okay, line texture. So medium tone, I feel this dark tone is little lighter, so I am adding little more coffee to it to get darker tone. Now here I am using handmade paper. This book is attached to the canvas. Okay, so this is drawing block book, rough texture. So it will not give crumpling effect. If you do this art on simple paper, that paper may look, will give texture and will look little different, not finished, not perfect. So handmade paper will be a ideal to use. Make sure that you make those outlines lighter. This is medium tone, I feel, but at least I am marking it. I feel that if I want to use dark tone, I can take it in the palette, create dark tone, darkest tone. Make sure that coffee get diluted, but avoid using coffee blending with water too much time. It will give that foam effect, and that will not look good in the painting. Okay, so if the dot come, the coffee particles come while painting, dilute it while painting it like this. Will give nice dark tone to it, blending effect. In between, sometimes you can leave this white patch, so whenever it is required, you can fill it with light tone, but that texture is required because it is Van Gogh, the Van Gogh style. We are following that painting, so make sure that you are putting those lines in between light tone. Here I am putting light tone, and now adding dark tone for blending. When you do this painting, you feel the aroma of coffee is wonderful. Enjoy it while doing the painting, or you can have a sip of coffee while doing this painting. Adding more dark tone by adding more coffee to this. See, after drying, it is giving beautiful effect. As we learned in previous class, how to add tones or value lesson, right? After drying only we will add the texture to it. Okay, first let's mark the lines. You can blend it like this if the particles are there in between. The rhythmic lines, maintain it, it will give that Van Gogh artist touch to the painting. The good and bad part or tragic part about this artist, everyone knows about it, but because of that only he could create this style. He actually feels this kind of texture while he observes any scenery. So his weak point turns into a beautiful creation. After drying, see how beautiful it is looking, right? Maintain these rhythmic lines, huh? Observe the picture. This aroma of coffee is wonderful. Enjoy while painting it. Do not mix water and coffee and roll it in the palette, otherwise it will get that dull texture tone to the picture. Foamy effect, avoid that strictly. Or you can first experiment with it, so you will get to know about it first and then try this. Okay, first try it, experiment it, and then start the main drawing. See the rhythmic lines, how wonderful it is looking, right? Leave in between white. We can add the tone, light tone afterwards, but leave it in the starting only. You can start with the light tone first and then dark tone. No worries, as you wish. Blend it, blend the particles. Do not leave it on the paper. Blend it beautifully. Now it is getting dry. After that only we can add layer of the darkest tone. So I will start the sky part. I will start with this starry night sky, okay, with the lightest tone. Don't forget to keep the rough cloth with you. Now make sure that the tone is perfect. Okay, always start with the lightest tone, and when you are applying color, this coffee tone, in between don't forget to leave white space. Okay, this texture is important in this painting. Now here I left the white patch and you can see the marking, right? Around that lightest tone I put, in between little texture to it, that starry night texture. Light tone I prepared already. More water, less coffee. Slowly will increase the amount of coffee. Medium tone slowly will increase. But all these strokes are, don't forget to leave white here too. This is the lightest tone. Observe the picture nicely. Now again here. Now here in between, in very less white area, huh? That's real effect we are creating with light tone first. It gives the feeling of movement. That is the beauty of Van Gogh painting. That movement we are showing through the brush strokes. Making it the line little lighter. Like this. Observe the picture and then add the strokes. All over we are doing the first tone. Okay, so you can start from here. Don't forget to leave white space. Here, as I mentioned in the starting, that salt texture, you can try it here in the sky. It will give more beautiful texture to the painting. How I will explain. You can put salt while it is wet, but it is not compulsory. It is up to you. If you want or experiment that technique, then only. Here in the picture it is medium tone, a little dark medium. Okay, so maintain that. Slowly increase the tone. Okay, now I will add medium tone to it. I am adding it immediately because I want it to be get blend. Okay, if I want dark texture, different layer, so I kept this for drying na, like that you can keep. I would suggest do experiment. This marking of swirl, you can mark with this tone. Moving from here to here. Okay, here. Where medium tone, where dark tone, keep it in your mind. Sometimes you get confused. And no worries, if it gets dark, you can immediately take water and remove it from using tissue papers. We can rectify it. Now I am mixing little dark tone here as it is required. Now I will then leave this part for drying as I kept it here. Okay. Now we'll start with the light tone again and more lightest tone, because inside this observe the value in the picture. Okay, but leave white space, don't forget that, as it is required. I'm using 11 number brush directly, but if you feel that you want to use 6 number or 8 number, you can, as per your convenience. That's it. Now I'm moving to the next drill, which is very important in this painting. Center of attraction, you can say, or golden point, we call it. Here the direction of the strokes will change. Observe the picture carefully. light tone only, huh? Now moving to the little dark and light medium to differentiate this and this area. Now can you see the difference? Otherwise we will get confused. Now again we will use light tone, but and don't forget to leave this area white. Marking is required. Now light tone first. Here is the one circle. Shrill. And that's it for the light tone. Now medium tone. Immediately I am taking medium tone here, as it is little darker. Check the direction of the brush. Here it is getting little darker. Inside. Now here I'm going to keep it for drying like this. Now medium tone marking is done. Let's move to the again light tone. Now here the tones and the strokes are easy. Here it is crucial. Okay, observe the picture and do it. Make sure that this circle and this mountain area or near the mountain area looks different. Huh? Do the marking properly. Long strokes you can try here. Now here medium tone, immediately medium tone for village or mountain area. Here no need to leave white space because there should be a differentiation between in sky and mountain. As if you observe, this handmade paper texture is very easy to handle watercolor or this coffee painting. So those who love doing watercolor work will enjoy this coffee painting for sure. See, just spreading. This is medium tone and I'm creating mountains with medium tone with little texture but not leaving white space. Marking it first along with the texture, along with the tone. So overall, after getting dry, this became little light. Can you observe it? So that is the reason why we kept it aside for drying, and now then we will add the dark tone after drying. Okay, now here is the darkest tone. So first do the marking. Darkest tone we applied in this part. If required, I will change the drawing. Little bit. This coffee particles you can spread it, but only thing is that don't rub the brush too much, otherwise it will give that foam effect and the picture will become dull. Okay, now this is dark tone I marked. Now here again can change the brush number. You can take 4 number or 3 number for outlining. I'm comfortable with this, so I'm using it for outlining. The marking little round. Beautiful. Okay, now again I will go to medium tone. Part I will leave white, otherwise medium tone I will apply it, and while applying it, now here add texture again. Okay, like this. Now I started with light tone again on the village area, mountain area. Observe the texture properly, and strokes. Like this. Light tone is easy to use and comfortable, but make sure that the marking should be perfect. Like this. Now between there is texture like this. The village area. First, I am adding texture with the light tone. Now, leave this light tone for the church or some tower is there, right? I will mark it so I will not forget it. Here, one more technique is there. You can use color pencils, brown color pencil for outlining. It is a technique to make the drawing perfect. So, Stedler brown pencil, you can mark these houses with that. Wait, I will show you the example. Yes, these pencils, Stedler pencils, color pencils. With that, you can mark houses. So it will be accurate, especially for portraits. If you are going to do it with coffee painting, no, that time you can use this technique. Okay, the marking with brown color Stedler. Okay, so it will be easy for you and it will be sharp and perfect. Try both the shades, whatever is good for you. If you want to do 100% coffee painting, then you can use 0 number or 1 number brush to make like this. Okay. So very light. Okay, so it is very easy to do the staplers. Make the drawing perfect. Okay. So this is there. Now let's start with again light tone around this church. Light tone. Add texture to it whenever it is required, whitish. This is medium tone, as it is here, medium tone. So no need to start with light tone first and then medium, then dark. Sometimes you can skip the steps too. Whatever is required for that painting, do that. Again mixing with light tone, because I feel that here it is sometimes light tone need to be done. Light tones. Now we'll add dark tone to this. I want darkest tone, so directly powder with very little water I mixed. Now here we'll add, make sure that the particles are not there. If it is there, just spread it. Spread it. It will give nice texture to the picture. See, in between, leave the background. No? Just add rhythmic lines. Darkest tone. If we required one more tone, we can add, but after drying. Follow the rhythmic lines which we have created first. Okay. Done. So this could be a second last or last tone. Depends after drying how it looks. We will decide. Try to blend the coffee particles. But if it is there, no worries. It looks like a texture. Part of the texture, na? follow these rhythmic lines. I want dark tone, that's why I left. I don't blend it too much in the water because I feel that foamy effect will damage the color of the painting. You try it, you experiment, and you will get to know what I'm saying. Try it, take water and put coffee and roll. After few minutes, it will give that foam effect. While drinking coffee, we get that foam effect like that. So try it. Sometimes, if you want that shade, you can add in your painting, but not here because we want darkest tone. Okay, I hope it is perfect now. If I feel that more required, then will add. And one more, this is with little whitish line, we'll blend it with light tone. Okay, so we don't want white texture. We just kept it for getting that rhythmic line effect. That's it. Now this is almost 80% work is done. Now here we'll add dark and medium tone. The sky, you observe starry nights, ultramarine blue, Persian blue texture is there, right? Dark tone. So we are making medium dark tone to get the texture, beautiful effect of swirl. Movements should be seen in the picture. With this technique, medium and dark tone. Don't go near the circle because light to medium to dark should be seen. Similarly, we'll add few strokes here. Okay, so beautiful image to understand value. Value means light, medium, dark tone. So wherever is required, here it is medium tone. I'm adding inside that whitish area because little medium tone is also required to get that swirl effect. Cannot keep it only light tone. Okay, little light. Get that texture, light tone and dark tone means medium dark tone here. differentiate this and this. Here add little dark tones. There is a differentiation here. It is required. Okay, now we'll move to the dark tone. It is little bit is required here to give that depth to the picture. Wait if you feel that it is quite wet. Like this. That swirl is feeling or not? Check if it is required more in the light area. The tone is missing, I feel, so I'm adding little more strokes in the light area too, to show that movement. And darkest tone here, but I feel that after drying only it will give nice effect. Nice, no? Got it? Beautiful sky. Now we'll add dark tone to the mountain. Now it is dried, no? Nice texturing, no? You can spread it. Because this is mountain, no? Differentiation should be there. Now, here it is dried. I checked it. And you can use pencil here, right? And the texture. It is whitish, it's not required, so I filled it. Should be seen. Now we go to here. Okay. I put coffee powder here by hand, because if I dip brush in this coffee will become like a stone and not mixing it properly. I want dark tone, so not mixing too much, just little water, and I created this dark tone for this part. Spreading it, if the particles are there, it's okay. Just spread it, then only you will get a nice dark tone. And texture, just spread it, water. If you want to change the brush, you can. 7 number, 6 number. Just adding some texture to it. Again with the dark tone. Maybe hill area that artist must be thinking. So he used this texture to it. As per your observation, you can change it. Okay. If you want to make it perfect to the point, you can just follow it. Wherever whitish part is there, I left it the paper white, but if you want to feel it, you can. Just adding texture with the medium tone. This white area is too much, just add more texture to it. Don't want to highlight this, so I am merging it. That is the beauty of this handmade paper sheet. It is easy to apply. Otherwise, with the simple white paper, it will give the crumpling effect or that wavy effect to it. Like this. Now, highlighting this cathedral. Draw this area. Okay, now dark tone to give texture, not darkest tone, just dark tone. To give dimension to the mountain. You can check the picture, however is required, you can change it. Give texture to it. If you observe the original painting, part you need to observe carefully, then only we get to know that there is a texture at the or help or houses are there. That is too dark in the original painting. Little dark tone because I don't want this whitish look to the giving dimension through light or medium or dark tone. Now here the hilly area is there, bushes are shown with the darkest tone. You can check the original painting and add the details if you want. Like this. But leave some texture because the beauty of the picture is in texture only and rhythmic lines. like this. Okay. Add coffee powder by hand. Do not mix it with brush, otherwise. Yes. Now I'm adding the final last tone to the main veins or a tree. Darkest tone wherever is required. Line only. Mixing in water. In the rhythmic line only you will apply. And if you want to add strokes of little darker tone in the sky, you can. To give movement the picture. If you feel it is too dark, I just removed it, because it gets, after drying it gets little lighter, no? So to give this swell proper effect, the stone is required. And if you feel that here it is little missing, the light tone, just add few more strokes here if it is required. It should not look whitish, no? So little tones are required to give dimension to the picture. Last part, just finishing touches, and we are almost done. Do share your feedback. Thank you friends for watching this. Thank you Manjusha ma'am and Canvas Talks.